System software is the software that runs a computer, including the operating system. Operating system is a set of programs that coordinate all the activities of computer or mobile device hardware. The operating system and utility programs control the behind-the-scenes operations of a computer or mobile device. Some operating systems also allow users to control network and administer security. Start the word processing program. Open the document. Start the word processing program provides tools for you to open the document file. Add information to the document. Manage memory so the computer can run. Save your unsaved word to temporary storage. Save the document on a hard drive. Find the hard drive. Make sure the hard drive has enough storage space. Save the document. Store the location and folder so that you can access the document later. A graphical user interface is a collective term for all the ways you interact with the device. A GUI controls how you interact with menus, programs, and apps and visual images like icons by touching, pointing, tapping, or clicking buttons and other objects to issue commands. An icon is a small picture that represents a program, file, or hardware device. A button is a graphic that you click to execute commands you need to work with an app, such as on the toolbar, taskbar, ribbon. An icon is a small picture that represents a program, file, or hardware device. A button is a graphic that you click to execute commands you need to work with an app, like on a toolbar, taskbar, or ribbon. A menu is a list of related items, including folders, applications, and commands. Many menus organize commands on a submenu, which is a list of additional commands associated with the selected command on the menu. A shortcut menu is a list of frequently used commands that relate to an object. Some menu commands display a dialog box, which is the box that controls that lets you tell the operating system how you want to complete a command. Dialog box controls may include option buttons, round buttons that present one choice. They are also called radio buttons. Check boxes, square boxes that present a yes/no choice and display a check mark or as one selected. List boxes list of options that appear when you click arrows in a dialog box. Some list boxes allow you to make multiple selections. Standard operating system functions include starting and shutting down computer device, managing programs, managing memory, coordinating tasks, configuring device, establishing an internet connection, monitoring performance, providing file manager, updating operating system software, monitoring security, controlling network access. Operating system is essential software or app on your computer device. The operating system also manages interactions between hardware and software. RAM is the storage location that temporarily stores open apps and document data while computer devices are. The more RAM a device has, the more efficiently it runs. The operating system can allocate a portion of a storage medium, such as the hard disk, to become virtual memory to function as additional RAM. Operating system allocate a portion of storage medium, like hard disk, to become virtual memory to function as additional RAM. Virtual memory allows an operating system to temporarily store data on storage media until it's swapped into RAM. Turning or swapping items between memory and storage is called paging. Paging is a time-consuming process. Instructions used for processing data can be in the form of program or app, commands, or user response. The information is processed into output. For example, web page typically combines text and graphics and may include audio and video as well. Most laptops and desktop computers have the option to add memory and storage. To increase the memory on a smartphone, you can add flash memory in the form of micro SD card. And users who take many high-resolution photos and video for professional or personal use can benefit from additional memory. Input is any data instructions entered into the memory of the device. Input data instructions can be provided in many ways, including interacting with the touchscreen or using a keyboard. Once data is in memory, the computer or device interprets it, and the system software executes the instructions to process the data into information. Instructions used for processing data can be in the form of program or app, commands, or user response. The information is processed into output. Screen displays, printers, speakers. A buffer is an area of memory that stores data and information waiting to be sent to an input or output device. A buffer is an area of memory that stores data and information waiting to be sent to an input or output device. A buffer is an area of memory that stores data and information waiting to be sent to an input or output device. Buffer is area of memory stores data and information waiting to be sent to input or output device. Passing data into a buffer is called spreading. An operating system can be single-tasking or multitasking. Single-tasking operating system allows only one program or app to run at a time. Most operating systems today are multitasking. Multitasking operating system allow two or more programs or apps to reside in memory at the same time. The one in the foreground is the active program, that is the one you are currently using. The other programs running but not in use are in background. The foreground program is typically displayed on the screen, and the background program are hidden partially or completely behind the foreground. In addition to managing applications, an operating system also manages other processes. A multi-user operating system enables two or more users to run programs simultaneously. Servers do not run the same operating system as tablets or laptops because these computers perform different computing tasks. Server, by contrast, is plugged in and generally remains on all the time, which means this operating system will not need a power-saving feature. The three basic categories of operating systems of computers and mobile devices are desktop, server, and mobile. Operating systems such as UNIS and LINUS that function as both desktop and server operating systems sometimes are called multiple-burst operating system. An operating system installed on a single computer is called personal computer operating system or a desktop operating system. Desktop operating systems are also sometimes called standalone operating system or client operating system. Desktop operating systems are sometimes called standalone operating system or client operating system. Certain computers and devices run only those operating systems designed specifically for the computer or device. Examples of widely used desktop operating systems include Windows, Mac OS, UNIS, LINUS, Chrome OS, server Windows, Mac OS, UNIS, LINUS, mobile Android, iOS, Windows Mobile Edition. Microsoft Windows desktop computers, laptops, and some tablets supports the Cortana virtual assistant, touchscreen boot, HoloLens headset, and built-in apps such as Microsoft Edge browser. Desktop computers, laptops, and some tablets. Mac OS is Macintosh desktop computers and desktop. Include the Siri virtual assistant, the coordination with Apple mobile device, and cloud like file storage. UNIS is merged computers and device multitasking operating system with many versions as the code is licensed to different development. LINUS desktop computer, laptops, and some tablets distributed under the terms of a general public license, which allows you to copy the OS for your own use to give to others as a sell. Chrome OS Chromebook laptops based on LINUS use the Google Chrome browser as its user interface and primary runs the web. The term PC is sometimes used to describe a computer that runs the Windows operating system. Windows includes a browser, Microsoft Edge, a cloud storage service, Microsoft OneDrive, and the Windows Store for app purchase. Windows include browser, Microsoft Edge, cloud storage service, Microsoft OneDrive, and Windows Store for app purchase. Features of the latest version of Mac OS includes a browser, Safari, a cloud storage service, iCloud, and a Mac App Store for app purchase. Browser, Safari, cloud storage service, iCloud, Mac App Store. UNIS is a multitasking operating system developed in the early 1970s and was introduced in blah blah blah. It's a popular multitasking UNIS-based operating system that runs on a variety of personal computers, servers, and devices. Features of latest version of macOS include browser, Safari, cloud storage service, iCloud, and Mac App Store for app purchases. Linux is available in variety of forms, known as distributions. Chrome OS, introduced by Google, is a Linux-based operating system designed to work primarily with web apps. Apps are available through the Chrome Web Store and data is stored on Google Drive. A specialized laptop that runs Chrome OS is called Chromebook, and a specialized desktop that runs Chrome OS is called Chromebook. A server operating system is a multi-user operating system because it controls a single centralized server computer that supports many users on network computer. It is a multi-user operating system because it controls single centralized server computer that supports many users on network computers. Windows Server, the server version of Windows, it includes advanced security tools and a set of programs called Internet Information Service that manage web apps and service. Mac OS supports all sizes of networks and servers. One unique feature is that it lets authorized users access servers using the iPhones and other Apple devices. A multiple-purpose operating system that can run on a UNIS is a multiple-purpose operating system that runs on a desktop PC or a server. Many web servers, which are internet computers that store web pages and deliver them to your computer or device, use UNIS because it's powerful and flexible operating system. UNIS. Smartphones, tablets, and other mobile devices use a mobile operating system. A mobile operating system has features similar to those of desktop operating system, but is focused on the needs of mobile user and the capabilities of a device. Mobile operating system works especially well with mobile device features like touchscreens, video recognition, and Wi-Fi networks. Mobile devices are optimized to perform functions common to mobile users. Android is developed by Google based on Linux and designed to be run on many types of smartphones and tablets. iOS runs only on Apple devices, including an iPhone, iPad, and iPod, derived from Mac OS. An operating system has the same role, whether for a desktop or mobile device. It manages operations and provides a user interface. Operating system enables you to work with apps and to monitor and maintain the functions of the computer or device. Features like icons typically used in mobile devices make the transition between using a mobile device and computer easier. As more computer desktop monitors today are touch-enabled, computer users can take advantage of this feature. Desktop operating systems use menus, windows, and bars to run apps and to access features within apps. Mobile operating systems have one program running at a time with others running in the background, or it may provide a means for multiple apps to run simultaneously on the screen. Closed-source programs have standard features and can be customized only by using the operating system utilities. Users can add Closed-source program has standard features and can be customized only by using operating system utilities. Users can add functionality and sell giveaway versions to others. Proponents of open-source programs state that because the code is public, coders can examine, correct, and enhance programs. A device-dependent program is one that runs only on a specific type or make of computer or mobile device. Proprietary software is privately owned and limited to a specific bundle or computer or device model. Proprietary software is privately owned and limited to a specific bundle or computer or device model. Mobile operating systems use technologies like cellular, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, GPS, and NFC to communicate with other devices and to connect to the internet. A cross-platform application is an application that runs the same way on multiple operating systems. Microsoft Windows and Mac OS are examples of cross-source operating systems. Open-source programs and apps, including operating systems, have no restrictions from the copyright holder regarding modification and redistribution. Cross-platform application is application runs the same way on multiple operating system. Open source programs and apps have no restrictions from corporate holder regarding modification or registration. As new versions of the operating system are released, users often upgrade the existing computers and mobile devices to incorporate features of the new version. The user includes continuity of service, no distractions because you get cut off from using a software because it is improperly licensed, and security you have access to the latest update to no flaws or bugs. And the operating system automatic update feature can be configured to alert users when an update is available or to download and install the update automatically. A file is a collection of information stored on your computer like text, document, spreadsheet, photo, or song. The file format determines the type or types of programs and apps that you can use to open and display a word with a file. A file extension is a 3 or 4 letter sequence preceded by a period at the end of a file name that identifies the file as a particular type of document, like dots or JPG, a type of graphic file. Microsoft Office, Docs, SPSS, Excel, PPTs, PowerPoint, text file, TXT, RTF, webpage, HTML, XML, ASP, ASPS, CSS, graphic, JPG, PNG, TIFF. File extension is 3 or 4 letter sequence preceded by a period, the end of a file name that identifies the file as a particular type of document. Okay. You can change or view the file type is like Microsoft Office text file web page graphic. You can change or view the properties of a file, compress the file to save storage space, move or rename a file, folder, and organize your files. As the current storage becomes more prevalent and users rely more on the mobile device, some of these types may not be the ones you encountered before. Operating systems include many utilities, also called tools, that enable you to perform file management tasks. Every file has properties like name, type, location, and size. For example, this also include metadata which includes the dates when the file was created, modified, and last exercised. Operating system assigns some properties to files like type or format, and updates other properties like date, size, location. For example, an image might contain information about the dimensions of the size, where a song or media file might include the artist name. File size usually is measured in kilobytes, thousands of bytes, megabytes, millions, gigabytes, billions. You often need to compress files and folders before you share or transfer them. Desktop operating system offer utilities to compress and uncompress files. When you save a file, you must give it a name that follows rules called file naming conventions. Only the colon is a prohibited character in macOS. A file name should identify the content and purpose of the file, as well as any other information like whether the file is a draft or final. A folder can only include one file with the same name and of the same type. You can have multiple files of the same type, the same name, only if they are in different folders to differentiate a version of a file without overwriting the original. You can add additional characters like numbers, date, or initials of person who modified the file, and multiple files of the same type in different folders. One method of copying or moving files in Windows is to use a clipboard, which saves the file folder from the source file or folder until you paste it into the destination file. Other operating systems have functions similar to clipboard, as well as other file management utility. An operating system utility allows you to create new folder, choose location of folder, move files between folders, and create a folder hierarchy that includes subfolder. A library is a special folder that catalogs specific files and folders in central location, regardless of where the items are actually stored on your device. Libraries are helpful to find all files of a certain type, no matter where they are located on your computer or device. Within your file management, you can move, copy, and delete folders. Moving or copying a folder affects or contents a folder. Deleting a folder moves it to a recycle bin, where you can permanently delete or restore it to its original location if you change your mind. You can use a file manager to reorder, move, or navigate between folders. The Windows File Manager is called File Explorer, and the Mac OS File Manager is called Filer. The Windows File Manager is File Explorer, Mac OS is Filer. To navigate to a folder, you need to locate using the search tool by opening the main folder and then opening subfolders until you get to the folder in which the files you need are located. Operating system provides users with a variety of utilities related to managing the computer device and the programs. An operating system controls your computer by managing its resources. Operating system ability related to managing the computer device and the program. Operating system controls your computer by managing its resources. Tracks the names and location of files, as empty storage areas where you can save new files. To manage IAM resources, an operating system keeps track of apps, process, and other tasks the system performs. And you can open your computer device version of Task Manager to view running programs and see the percentage of IAM being used. You can shut down programs and apps in the Task Manager to free up IAM.